looking for a game over 500. They go into Detroit against the worst team in the East and handle business. Led by Julius, the All-Star, who was in his bag once again. Broadway Barrett, who was in his bully bag once again. And outstanding defense from beginning to end, led by Nerlens Noel. The Knicks going to Detroit and make quick work out of the Pistons, 109-90, 18-17 on the campaign. Fourth place in the East. Let's get this W, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP Ashley Moss, JL's in the building. Fourth place in the East, baby. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up button. Sole possession of fourth place. One game over 500. Got to be proud of the effort, man. Yes, it was the Pistons, but you know what? They came in. They handled business. They did what they had to do, and they walked out of there. They came in late, got in late from last night's game, back-to-back. And got the W, JL. So what'd you think about tonight's win, man?
I was just checking for a few things in this game, man. Like, it's a back-to-back, so you checking to see if there's going to be any letdown, if there's going to be any pedal off the gas. We didn't really shoot well to start, but the defense kind of kept us in the game. And also something unexpected, the three-point shooting. We hit 5 three-pointers in the first quarter, even though we weren't really shooting well, and that carried us through the game. And just the defense overall, all 4 quarters, was pretty solid, especially that our second unit defense. Even though the second unit has problems scoring, the defense from those guys really was solid throughout this game. So, yeah, man, the Knicks did what they had to do. And also, Julius Randle's an all-star still. He's made it look easy. He just makes it look like I'm just here. I'm just waiting for everybody to get theirs because I know I'm getting mine eventually. And when I do, y'all can't stop me. And that's what he did tonight. He just tweaked his spots and took over the game in the third quarter, and the Knicks come away with the win.
Ash, what you think about tonight's win?
Yeah, listen, you mentioned that these are the Pistons, but when you're playing games like this, when you come in late, it really can go either way. You mentioned, the Knicks got in late from New York into Detroit, and you can go ahead and let your exhaustion get the best of you. And the Knicks did not do that. We started off a little lethargic. Our offense was not clicking. First half shooting 35%, which is abysmal. But, defense always travels with you. And that is something that I always preach. When your offense doesn't click, your defense can always be played. And defense is what kept them in the game in that first half and kept it from running away from them. Because even with, shooting and the offense not being great, they still led by 12 going in, to halftime. So it just shows that defense is such an important part of the game and something that Tibbs really preaches to this team. And then offense just, set the roof on fire in the second half. And, it was over before, the Pistons had any chance to go ahead and fight back. But this is, the perfect example of playing both sides of the ball, doing what you know how to do until the other aspect of that game starts to click in and all the gears start moving and shaking, and you pull out a win that's supposed to be an easy one. And listen, winning on the road is hard, especially, like we said, when you don't have an adequate amount of sleep and rest in between. But the Knicks show the New York grits, as I call them, show that they are here to stay. So listen.
Let's go. Yeah. Fourth place, let's go. And you mentioned defense. My man Nerlens Noel was in his Mutombo bag tonight. He was sending everything away. 3 block shots. There's times in these games where we definitely miss Mitch, but Noel was aggressive out there in that defense, protecting the rim, and he was sending everything back tonight. I loved his energy. He definitely set the tone. Julius, you know what? Even though he finished this game with 25 and 8, a typical all-star night for Julius, it's once again on the defensive end where I thought he shined again. He took on Sabonis head-on last night, and tonight he went at Jeremy Grant, a guy who I believe should be in the running for most improved. And he went at Jeremy Grant, he went at Plumlee on the defensive end. And really just try to set this tone for this team, man. So you got to give Julius some credit. And like you said, JLs, he's just been in his mellow bag, man. Offensively, he's just getting any shot off he wants. He's mixing up the arsenal. 3-point range once again. I think he was in his bag tonight. What he finished with from downtown tonight? 3 for 6.
Yep,
3 for 6 from downtown for Julius tonight. 10 of 18 overall, 6 dimes. I mean, winning plays on both ends. Give the guy credit, man. Well-earned trip to Atlanta for this All-Star game.
Also, if you notice, especially when, offense wasn't really clicking for him, he was just great being kind of the floor general and
Yep.
getting everybody involved, getting everybody touches. And I think that also was a big difference maker, because had the game been solely on Randall's back and he wasn't, out there facilitating, offense wasn't really his strong suit in that first half. It didn't really start to kind of get some movement and momentum to it until the second half. So had it not been him just out there realizing that right now he doesn't have it, but let me get the rest of the team involved, this game could have gone differently. And that just goes to show just, how Julius Randle has started to become, inform into the player, the all-star player that we're seeing. And I'm just, I'm happy for it. I'm just excited. This is the moment we're in.
Yeah, he's growing into his role. He's growing. Like, we're watching him get better as the season goes on.
Yeah.
So he's picking his spots more. Even like little things like the chemistry between him and Reggie Bullock. Like, there's little things that they're doing right now that they weren't even doing.
A two-man game is popping off right now.
Yeah, like before, I noticed that before, Reggie Bullock used to sit in one spot by the 3-point line and those passes get picked off. But now Reggie's moving to like the open spots, and Julius Randle is leading them there with these passes. Yeah. So like, the chemistry between these guys, just the repetitions of playing together is just forming before our eyes, and he's just getting better at reading the game, conserving energy, playing offense, playing defense. Man, it's well deserved. Like, it's crazy how much he's shown over the season. Man.
Definitely starting to show, and we talked about Bullock on last night's show. We said, hey, Bullock, you got to pull it, man. And Bullock was in his bag. He was very active tonight. 3 of 5 from the field, but 3 for 3 from downtown. All 3 of his points came from the 3-point line. Knicks, another night, 50% from 3. They shot 50% tonight at 13 and 26. Last night, they go 12 of 24 against the Pacers. And Thursday night, Ash, they go 19 and 36, 52% against the Kings. This team is now 13th in the league in 3-point percentage. Still at the bottom in terms of attempts made, but they're starting to be more efficient at the 3, and that certainly helped us, especially in this game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, look at RJ. Look at my boy RJ. Yeah. I know everybody, was hard on RJ for those missed free throws the other night, whatever. Look at the way he bounces back. I mean, listen, JLS, you don't even know. They were coming for my boy heavy.
Yeah, they were coming at him. They were coming at him.
And ignoring everything
yesterday?
else.
They were coming at him yesterday?
Yes.
For the missed free throws. Some people were a little bit agitated at the missed free throws. You know what I mean? But RJ was solid again tonight, man. Solid.
I'm not going to recap the game yesterday. I did it bad. I'm sorry.
And I found it, I also found it really interesting that the Knicks, don't have a team captain per se. And I'm all for Julius Randle being this team's team captain. I think he is the leader of this team. I think he's the heartbeat of this team. He is the Batman to this team. I say RJ Barrett is his Robin. And if we're going to go ahead and select a team captain, it's got to be the all-star. That's for sure.
Yeah, Julius easy got to be the all-star. We'll see where Tibbs goes there. I know at the beginning of the season they hadn't named him yet. I was inquiring as well. They hadn't named one. Clyde was on the telecast talking about how important it was. But I think this team follows behind Julius's lead, no doubt about it. So whether he's named it officially or not, they know who the guy is on this team right now, at least.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. To me, that's just like what for show.
Facts.
Like, if you're in the locker room and the guys who rally around you, the guys who listen to you, like, they know internally who the leaders are without having like an announcement. Like, I don't think it's that important as they're saying.
I agree. But on the RJ topic, man, back to RJ, man. Another efficient night, another bounce back night. 8 of 13 from the field, 21 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. I liked RJ's arsenal tonight, man. He mixed it up. He was in his bully bag early, getting to the paint and just executing at will. He was in his mid-range game as well, hitting those free throw line extended jumpers, and then the threes. Hit another 2 threes tonight. I loved RJ's energy on both ends. They had no answer for him, and in that first quarter, that third quarter, he really led the way along with Julius, man. So great game by RJ.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
The chat is calling cap that nobody was coming at RJ for those missed free throws. Was I reading a different chat? CP, you were here too. Am I making this up? Or was
people were nervous that he missed those 2 free throws last night. That's for sure. Whether on Twitter in the chat, people were a little bit nervous that he missed those 2 free throws last night. But it happens. It happens. It happens. And he bounced back today.
I could call out the names because I do remember them, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. Okay? I'm gonna keep it to myself. Okay.
Good game by RJ as well, man. On the bench, we needed that bench scoring tonight because we didn't know how Tibbs was going to go with the rotations. He ended up going 9, not even 10 deep. So much for 10 deep. He goes 9, but Burks set the tone early off the bench. Finished with 16.7 to 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. I thought Burks' activity with that second unit was really good and helped, maintain that lead.
Yeah, with Derrick Rose into the starting lineup, it gives Burks more of an opportunity to handle the ball more and take more shots, and he's taking advantage of it. I'm starting to see the Burks that we saw earlier in the year when he was just more efficient, more hitting the shots more, and we definitely need it today because Quickly didn't have it in his first half.
Yeah.
So like when Quickly doesn't have it in the first half, who do you turn to right now? And right now, this is Burks. So it's like Burks and Quickly is really leading the scoring on that second unit right now. So hopefully he can keep this up. And if he does, then I feel like our second unit can be solid throughout.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then, D Rose, going up against DSJ. Shouldn't have been an issue for him tonight. Certainly wasn't. 14 points, 5 dimes, 6 of 14 from the field. So 2 of 3 from downtown. I thought D Rose did well and, got the offense going. So, listen, man, they took care of business. This wasn't a struggle for them at all. They went in, they did what they had to do. Pluses across the board in terms of the plus-minus column for basically everybody. Burks was a -2 for some reason, but basically for the starting 5, pluses across the board, man. This was a statement victory, and they got it done, 109 to 90.
Easy breezy, man. That's what we needed.
Easy breezy, man. It's still funny that he went 9 deep, man. After a back-to-back, he goes 9 deep and still has RJ, Randall, and Derrick Rose finishing the game down there.
I'm like, yo, Tibbs, there's a minute left. Take them out.
I know.
Take them out. I get it. You're scared. You're competitive.
No, don't care how big your lead is. You gonna play this game,
man.
I was stressed.
With a big game against the Spurs on Tuesday, I'm like, let's get a little rest. Let's get a little rest.
Rolls. Like, he doesn't even care. But did anybody else hear Tibbs yelling at Obi?
Oh, nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop. You could hear Tibbs from a mile away, man. Nonstop.
Tibbs was not having it.
Yeah.
He was not having it. I felt bad for Obi, man.
Yeah.
He was getting the wrath of Tibbs. That was not fun.
Yeah, we did get to see Obi in a small ball lineup with Randall. Randall playing the 5, Obi playing the 4. They once had IQ and RJ with Burks and Obi and Barrett out there. He was decent. They still had him playing that role in the corner, trying to space it for Randall. Still got his 4 points off, and Obi was decent tonight. That's all I can really say about his game tonight.
Yeah, they need more time together. They look clunky to me, to be honest. Yeah. It looked like they haven't played together before.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They have to continue to do that and see if they can build some chemistry and see how they coexist. Sure. No doubt about it. So get the lumps out early. Get the lumps out early, man.
Yeah, you're gonna need that later down the line, man. Like if we're talking about playoffs, we're 4th in the East right now. We're gonna need some more reps from Obi and some of these bench players later down the line. So hopefully we're able to get some more reps in as the season progresses.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And
I'm
then
gonna hear Tibbs' voice saying "Obi, Obi" in my head tonight when I go to sleep.
Yeah, you can hear it all night, man.
You can literally hear it. It was all night.
Yeah.
It was Obi, Obi.
Incredible. Incredible, man. And again, overall, back to this team defense. Yeah, it was the Pistons, but I thought the Knicks' intensity on the defensive end coming off a back-to-back was very noticeable and very evident. Last night, they had 10 steals last night, 9 tonight. So once again, being opportunistic. It's not really very aggressive defense, but these past 2 nights, they've been very aggressive in getting after it, and I thought Noel did a great job again setting that tone. Randall as well, Derrick Rose as well. And so Noel, 3 steals to go with the 3 blocks and 11 boards. So he did a great job tonight, man. And then 40 minutes again for Noel tonight. So that was a great job, man. Excellent performance by Nerlens Noel, filling in for Mitch. And yeah, man, what you guys think in the chat? Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP Ashley Moss, JL 7 Nick Time Show in the building. Knicks get the W 109 to 90 over the Pistons. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. We're gonna do a giveaway tonight. Let's do another giveaway, man. So here's what we'll do. For the people, for tonight's winner, right? And the giveaway's going on in the chat right now. We'll give away a Scully for anyone who's in that time zone. If you're in the East time zone or up north, You need one of these to stay warm. This is nice, man. It's a nice palm beanie here with Knicks on the side. Adidas, brand new. Salute to my guy Shells for donating. And then, if not, you'll get your pick, man. You get the Scully or the Snapback. This is a brand new era. No Fulton Street knockoff. No Jamaica Avenue knockoff. Brand new with the tags. You know what I mean? No Canal Street fugaziness. Brand new. This is what we do.
Fresh.
So, yeah, fill it out. And we'll draw the winners at the end of the show. And we'll see who got lucky this time. All right? 18 and 17 on the campaign. Let's go. Over 500. Fourth place in the East. Let's go.
Fizdale could never.
Everybody's got to win. Fizdale could never, man. Fizdale could never. That's for damn sure, JLs. Let me salute some super chats before we get to the phone. Salute to, oh, I can't see this name here. Salute to Ian Clark. Salute to Ninja Team. Salute to Andrew Belitz. He says, your hashtag 9God, hashtag 500, but what he should have said was over 500 because
over
we're now
500, exactly.
18 and 17, Andrew.
We are a winning team.
We're one up on the column. Correction,
What
sir.
a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. What a time. Steve Verna says Noel is turning into the Haitian Matumbo. That's a fact, man. Noel was in his bag for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Salute to all the Haitians in there. Absolutely. Star Through Hoop says the starting five is much easier on the eyes without Elf. The ball movement and game flow is much better, as you said. Hashtag Elf on that shelf.
I smell situations on the horizon. I smell situational minutes coming.
Man. It's evident. It is absolutely evident. So I appreciate that. I can't see who this person was that said the super chat. I'm having a glitch in the studio here, but he said, time to max Julius. I think we've seen enough. Looking like a young Pat out there with range.
Listen, man.
But we told you so.
At this point, I'm just gonna say it. It might be stupid to let Julius walk out the building. I'm just saying.
No, they're not gonna.
I'm not even talking about this season. I'm talking about even next season. That might be a dumb decision.
I don't see it happening, bro.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. And hey, it is what it is, man. He's playing lights out. So you keep him. You definitely keep him. All right, here we go. Let's get to the phones here from the people tonight. Benji's up first. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys? Obviously, great win. Feeling amazing. Just want to kind of share some interesting stats. So, entering the game, Randall had made the same amount of threes last year as he did this year, except he's taken 77 fewer threes this year. Mm-hmm. Pretty remarkable. And he was 3 for 6 tonight, so his three-point percentage only went up. Also, the last 3 games, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're shooting over 50% from 3.
Yeah.
So despite being known as one of the worst three-point shooting teams in terms of takes and makes, we're actually getting up there in terms of percentage. I think we'll be over 37% as a team. So we're starting to sort of be a little bit more respectable from a three-point line. And obviously what you guys were saying earlier, Noel has been absolutely amazing. We haven't really missed a beat with Mitch out. That being said, one guy that I'm semi-intrigued about, if we can just add depth in terms of just knowing that Noel might miss some games and Taj, could be injured from time to time. What do you guys think about PJ Tucker? I know he's been absolute unadulterated bum juice this year, but and I think he had 1 point tonight, but he's a veteran guy, plays defense, knows his role, can spread the floor a little bit. What do you guys think about PJ Tucker?
Well, who are you trading? Who are you trading for him? Who would you trade for him?
I mean, if we can give up, Austin Rivers or, Knox and, just anything that doesn't hurt our rotation players, I would be willing to give up.
Okay. All right. Listen, I PJ Tucker would certainly bring a nice dimension to the defense, even though our defense is right up there in the league still, man. I'm not so sure he's the missing piece. We need shooters, man. Give me some more consistent shooting out there. Another big for maybe some depth. Tucker would be nice, but I'm not so. I think we need the shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The same. Like I don't know, because he can shoot.
He can. He's
with the Rockets.
Capable.
He's with the Rockets, so I mean, it's one of those things. Like, is he just having a down year this year because of their situation? It's one of those. It's one of those things. Same with JJ Redick, man. JJ Redick's not shooting well this year,
and he hasn't bounced back yet.
Yeah, and he has to bounce back. So you start to wonder, does he have is he having a down year as well because of his situation? It's tricky right now because our chemistry is coming together, and I know we need shooting, but it's weird. It's just tricky to bring in a guy on a down year.
Yeah.
And then try to implement him into the lineup with guys who are starting to gain chemistry with one another and expect him to like make a difference unless it's like an injury. It's weird. It's a delicate situation, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you, man.
I think PJ Tucker has a dope sneaker collection. Like, it's kind of where my opinion just ends. Like, I just feel like he doesn't bring anything to the team. We don't need him. I don't think he's going to make the team better. I think defensively is not our issue. We need shooters. I think Tucker can shoot. Will he be able to shoot on the Knicks? I don't know. That's the thing. Like, it's hard. Like, JLS, just said, bringing somebody in on a down year is hard because you don't really know if it's just a bad season.
You don't know if you could trust it.
Yeah, this is just really the direction his career is headed. And is that a gamble you want to take? So, and I don't know if you're going to get, PJ Tucker for Knox and Austin Rivers. I just don't think that would happen.
No.
So in order to get him, what would you have to give up? And what you have to give up is not worth a PJ Tucker. That's just, at least at this point in his career. I
don't think the way he's playing, I don't think you want to give up anything substantial or anything of value. None of your young players, not for a guy that is, what is he going to get you? An extra win here and there? He's nah, that's not it. To me, that's not the move.
It's like, he's going to take Reggie Bullock's role?
Right.
He's not going to take he's not taking why am I going blank right now? Alec Burks' role.
No.
He's not taking Burks' role because Burks is too versatile to have him be slot somewhere else.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You give him Frank's role. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. What do you guys think in the chat, man? Leave us a comment. Let me know what you think. Walter from the Bronx, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? Yo, Walter going once. Walter's sleep already, man. It's 11 o'clock, bro. Wake up, man. All right. Jay from East New York up next. Jay, how you feeling?
CPJ Ellis, Ashley, we are in the 4th seed. The New York Knicks. Give it up for them guys.
Hey.
My boy RJ hitting them threes. He's putting in that work. Another good game from Julius. I'm just happy, man. What a time to be a Knicks fan, man. Y'all go ahead. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's what they say. It took us our 60th game to get to 18 last year.
Yeah.
We now 35 in. Tibbs, coach of the
Tibbs,
year.
man. Coach of the year. Tibbs,
Coach of
man.
the year.
11 best coaching record in the NBA. Tibbs.
Yeah.
Tibbs makes every team better wherever he goes. And it's no different when he came to the Knicks, man. He did it for the Timberwolves. He did it for every team. So why not us, damn it?
That's a
why
fact.
not us, damn it? Hashtag why not us?
Hashtag why not us, man. Yeah, it's remarkable, man, because Vegas had us at 22. I think I had us at 26. Keep it real. I had us at 26, and this team is surpassing expectations far and beyond. There's no doubt about it.
I had us at 30, so.
You did?
I
have to verify that.
I did. I had us at 30. So.
I'll have to verify that, Ash.
I didn't say it on the show. I said it on my show. My radio show. I said it at 30.
I think I copped out. I think I gave like an answer like 26 to 30.
Yeah, I gave 26. I gave 26. I wasn't expecting this.
I said 30.
Yeah.
I think I gave it because in my mind I'm like I just said this too. In my mind I'm like, all right, Mike Miller performed better than Fizdale. Mike Miller had us on a 30-win pace in that short season. If he, so I'm thinking Tibbs is better than Mike Miller, so we should at least have more wins than Mike Miller. That was my rationale about it.
Yeah.
But then I just had PTSD to commit. Like I was just like, man, something always goes wrong. It's not, but it's happening.
Well, I mean, a lot of times it's not likely for you to take a huge jump in wins from year over year. Yeah, usually you take like incremental from time to time as you go. But I mean, and we'll see where they end up. But obviously, you got to figure that they should hit.
Some of the people in this chat though are capping because Fat Boy with Kick said he had them at. I said 43. Come on.
He said 43.
43.
He said
he knows he's not playing 82 games this season.
Fat Boy with Kick said 43. 823 Crip said 41. anybody over 30 is capping right now, because I don't think anybody had us past winning 30, and that was
I
the
think
max. Like top
we
tier.
did have some callers jump out the window with like 40s, and stuff like that. I mean, we had some of those. We definitely had some of those for sure.
Did they know that we had a shortened season though?
Yeah, some people are saying it.
Well,
I quote 35 to 40. Someone said 33.
I see that. Yeah, Gene Cheriel says 35 to 40 is what they said.
I said max was going to be 30. That was my max.
Yeah.
So that left room for error, but 41, that's faith. I respect that.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Some more super chats coming in. Salute to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat if you're a Public Enemy fan, Chuck D fan. He says 35 games, New York Grits, like Ash says. Also agree, captain is a Knicks institution. It's important, so symbolic. I don't drink, but I'm breaking out the chocolate milk, risking the lactose. Julius the Nick Messiah, our God, reminded me of Willis Clyde in second year under Red Holzman. And shout out to Jay Boogie, who gave him the Julius and the Black Messiah reference yesterday, JL. So you missed a classic Jay Boogie sermon last night for sure.
Oh, that's why someone hit me talking about make a Julius Randle Black Messiah.
Yeah.
I was like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
I think he sent some positive juju to the guy who backed her really in Judas and Black Messiah, because he won a Golden Globe today.
Oh, he did.
All
right. No doubt. All positive vibes, man. But appreciate you, Chuck. $50 super chat, man. And it's good to see these guys bouncing back. Omega Supreme says, missed the game tonight, but happy we are alone in the fourth spot. He says, Ashley, your Cowboys are trash. And shout out to Chuck D, the Rhyme Animal. No doubt.
It's not even football season. What are we doing? We're talking about the Knicks.
Hey, they paid for the comment. I got to read it, but I agree with the guy. I agree with him. I agree with him.
Man, that was a shot. Okay.
Yeah,
that was great. If CP started that comment, I don't even know if he can have that function. Starting comment, but I know he started.
Let's hear from Angel from Philly. Angel, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, CP? How you doing? Hey, Ashley.
Hi.
What's going on, bro? How you feeling, bro?
Hey, Liz. I'm doing good, bro. Listen, it's really a good time right now. I'm just so happy that the Knicks are winning right now. And before I get to my point, CP, I definitely ordered that hat. So I definitely got to show love, man. And I'm letting you know I'm holding it down from Philly.
No doubt. Hold it down,
bro. I still need the cash app because I still owe you on the Randall trade. But, hey, man, as far as the game, I'm just happy that we won. This team is mentally tough, man. All we need is shooting. And, as far as Randall, obviously he's consistent. And how about RJ, bro? I mean, RJ, he missed those 2 free throws, but hey, he got right back on the next game and said, you know what, I'm going to keep being consistent. And, we looking good right now, bro. But, we're going to have to see what happens because, when you look at the schedule for the second half, we got a lot of playoff teams. So we're definitely going to need shooting. But go Knicks, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, you know what? And that's even more important, even more reason why you got to win these games. Even more reason why you got to win these games, these gimmies, so to speak, even though, there's no such thing as a gimme in the NBA. But the teams that are, clearly not up to your level. And they went in, and as he said, with mental toughness, coming off a back-to-back, coming in late, and they were well prepared, and they executed and took that victory.
Yeah, man. To be a great team, you gotta at least take care of the teams you're supposed to take care of. There can't be any let down games, And when you lose to these bad teams, that's what you call mediocre. But if we're trying to ascend to the next level, we have to beat the teams on our level, and we definitely have to smack the teams who are below us. And today we did that, and we have to continue that moving forward to get where we want to get to. Especially considering the second half of this schedule is going to be a little bit brutal. Man,
it's gonna get tough, man. Go ahead, Ash.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, after the All-Star break is really when things get real. You're really pushing now to get into those playoffs and get a good position in the playoffs. And with this team, nobody is expecting us to go ahead and win the chip. I don't think any of the fans are expecting that. I think we are, though, hoping that we can go ahead and get in the playoffs in some position and just get our feet wet, get those guys the experience needed, because the game changes when you're in the postseason. things are a little bit different. The refs usually let you play more. The game slows down. It gets a little bit more aggressive, and there's no experience like actually being in it. You can watch the film all you want, but unless you're playing in the playoffs, you don't know what it's like. And that's what we need with this culture that we're building. We want to build a winning culture. And in order to do that, you got to win games. And when you win games, you get rewarded by going to the playoffs and playing those really good teams and playing the teams that are, the favorites to go far. And, whatever you can do in there, all that does is add to your resume, if you will. All that does is add to the experience that's going to be under your belt. And I just think that when this team really gets that experience, the next season, the following season, we're going to see a whole different team. And that's the kind of trajectory you want. You want to just keep getting better each season. And you do that by competing against some of the best teams in the NBA on the top level.
Hopefully they can build on it. That's what you could hope for, that they can build on it. Super Chat came in from Legal Center. He said, RJ had a decent game. He's starting to impress me a little bit now. He says, Peyton Hive. Ooh, Legal Center. I don't know if you could go back to the chat tonight, man, because, he's part of the Peyton Hive. Okay, well, we'll see.
Part of the Peyton. Oh, now everybody's impressed, but okay. I already knew this was going to be back.
I didn't know there was a Peyton Hive. Okay, all right, let's see. There's a little bit. It's a
small hive. It's very
small hive. It's a small hive.
How many people in the hive?
It's like three bees in there.
Yeah. And they let you know in the comments after the show's over too. They let you know, man. Like,
it's like,
stop talking about disrespecting Peyton. Yeah, exactly. Fat Boy with Kicks says, get them likes up, Ash. Time to activate CFan TV. Let's get those likes up. We got 2,200 people in the chat right now.
It doesn't work when you say it.
I know. And only 774. Ash, go ahead and let them know.
Guys, come on. There's over 2,200 people in this chat. We've won 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
I need to see more.
One game over 500.
One game over 500. We're 4th in the playoff seeding. Come on now. I need to see more excitement from you guys. I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling the energy. I'm not feeling the vibes. I need more from you. Come on. Like, this is all
Let's
I
go.
ask. Thank you.
The snapbacks are riding on it, man. So let's go. Make sure you guys are signing up for the giveaway tonight. Dave, make sure you get the form out there. Let me know when you do so I can pin it to the top of the chat. Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. And, back to the phones. Let's go to some new people, man. Let's go to Mississippi. Brandon is in the building. Brandon, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, CP? What's up, JLS? What's up, Ashton?
Hey, how you doing, bro? What's going on?
I'm doing good, man. I just want to say, first of all, I appreciate you guys, what you guys are doing. I mean, I live in Mississippi. Not a lot of Knicks fans here, not a lot of basketball fans here, first of all. It gives me a platform to come out, listen to y'all, listen to some good takes, I just appreciate it a whole lot.
Yo, how does a Knicks fan end up in Mississippi, man? We gotta hear your story, bro. What's going on?
Hear my story? Okay. I was born here in Mississippi. And, I mean, to be honest, I didn't start watching basketball until about, 2013. I honestly have no idea how I became a Knicks fan. Maybe it was on 2K. I love Carmelo Anthony. I love
2K?
Nice.
And it got me hooked. I've been a fan ever since. I watch every game.
Nice. Stay mellow, man. No doubt, bro. What you think about tonight's game?
Man, tonight's game was great, man. I mean, when RJ makes his threes, his corner three-point shot has got – whenever he used to shoot it, I was like, no. But now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He might make it. But, I mean, I'm very positive with the way Knicks are going. I mean, I've never been like – I'm not an emotional person. Like last night, I was up screaming, yelling at the TV against the Pacers. It never would happen in the past couple of years. And, I mean, these Knicks, the way they play defense – I'm a big NBA junkie, first of all. So I'm watching the Sacramento and Charlotte game right now. Halftime score is like 70-70. So that just makes me appreciate the Knicks defense a whole lot more than I do.
True story. Mm-hmm. Yeah, true story,
and
man.
I mean, Obi Toppin, I love Obi Toppin. He has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I mean, John Collins talk, I mean, I can see that, but I'm not so positive. But, I mean, if he turns out like a Miles Bridges type, I mean, I think that'd be great for us. A rim rolling big that can shoot every now and again, make some couple plays off the dribble.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Appreciate the call, man, and good luck, man. Salute to everybody out in Mississippi. We got Knicks fans all over the place, man. Mississippi checking in. He said the Knicks tape squad was his squad, man. 2013, Melo and J.R. Smith. And,
that's a good time.
Yeah, that's a good time. It was a great time. It's a great time to be a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That,
No
that
doubt.
also was what a time to be alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Gideon from Long Island, what's going on, bro? Oh boy, what's going on, bro?
Yep. What's going on? How you guys doing? Great win for us. Our defense was locked in. We slowed down Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the Dennis Smith revenge game. He was garbage tonight. Our ball movement was great. Our spacing was great. We attacked the rack, you know, and I love the toughness and the grit we have shown. Now we're fourth in the East. All we have to do, San Antonio will be tough, but who knows? And then we should beat Detroit at home. And, you know, if this team makes the playoffs, especially with the second half of the season, they really earned it.
They earned it, yeah.
This team has shown heart and grit throughout the whole year. R.J. Barrett taking the next step. Julius Randle has been fantastic this year. Alec Burks been consistent as of late. You know, Quigley has been underrated this year. Noel blocking shots. You know, this team has been very tough. And Thibodeau, he's given us, the right game plan for the players to buy in, and that's what we want to see. So, yeah.
Agreed, man. Appreciate the call. Yeah. Good takes. Good takes, Shales. And yeah. I think, look, man, if this team is going to make it with the schedule that they're looking at in this second half, I think you're going to see, obviously, Julius is going to play his part, but it's going to be RJ, man. RJ is key to this thing. RJ, I would say Derrick Rose, and you're going to need some consistent scoring off the bench. So between IQ and Burks, they have to deliver on a nightly basis for this team to maintain consistency and get a good playoff spot and make it into the tournament.
No, yeah, absolutely. Everybody has to fill out their roles. Like at this point, we already know what Julius Randle is going to give you. Kind of book it. Like he's going to give you around 20. He's going to give you the pass. He's going to create double teams. He's going to create easy shots for other people. But the other people have to step up and actually make those easy shots. And if this guy's going to be playing 40 minutes a game, other people just also got to step up and make plays. Allow them to take a break, take some plays off, and hit some clutch shots as well. So, right now, it's all about growth from within, man. I know people. Some people might want to get some pieces in here, but right now the way we're growing within this season is pivotal for us, and continue growing in that direction.
That's what I'm with, bro.
We should be fine.
None of these names are attractive to me right now. We just heard Oladipo just turned down a 2-year, $45 million deal with the Rockets because they and what Woj said. He didn't say there was active interest with the Knicks. He said that he listed the Heat and the Knicks as teams who've had interest, and we knew that. That was not new.
Yeah, we already knew that. It's like old news of recycling.
Yeah, you know? It's old news. But these names just don't excite me, man. These names just don't excite me.
I also don't like the fact that reportedly, after the Heat went ahead and eliminated the Pacers in the playoffs when they swept them, it was reported that Oladipo came up to some of the guys in the Heat and said,
I want to play. Did you believe that?
I mean, it was confirmed by some players who won't be named. That it was said in a joking manner. It wasn't meant to be like a serious thing. It was, one of those like, yo, I got to come play with you guys kind of thing. But I think also it just speaks to, a culture thing, and you never want your guys on your team when things don't go the way that you want them to or you expect them to. You never want that kind of conversation to transpire right after you get swept. Maybe down the line, maybe if you run into them in the off season and you guys are kicking it, in Mexico somewhere, and you're like, yo man, I gotta come play with you guys because what's happening in here. But you don't want that happening right after you just get swept. And I think with the Knicks, I think one of the things that is so impressive about this team and that I really like is the culture and the chemistry of these guys. I think they really enjoy playing with each other. I think they really respect each other. They seem to have a camaraderie with each other. Yeah. And I think it's very, you can change a lot with a team. You can change who plays what position. You can change who has what minutes and, what in the rotations and things like that. But the chemistry of a team is very, very hard to create. And it's very, very hard to get back once you lose it. And I think you don't want to mess with the chemistry of this team because we finally have a team that is fluid and it works and it clicks. And I don't want to do anything that's going to harm it. If it's going to help it, sure. But I don't think something like that's going to help it.
I'm with that. Hang on. We got breaking news going on in the chat. We have just received a $100 super chat from none other than Lloyd Banks, in the building. Okay. Everybody throw a G unit in the chat right now to salute Lloyd Banks. We got Chuck D, we got Lloyd Banks, we got two of hip hop's finest in the building. Where else do you get that but KnicksFanTV? Hit that thumbs up button for your squad in here.
Different eras. This is up.
That's a fact. That is a fact. That's a fact. Yo, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Banks. Always appreciate it. And definitely appreciate the support, man. For sure. 100. $100 super chat, man. Appreciate that. And JL, so you were saying something on the Oladipo topic, or should we go to the phones?
Yeah, I mean, my only thing is just Oladipo is a good player, right? He's on a good night. He's right now he's averaging like 20 points a game. But my biggest trepidation with Oladipo is he just operates in the same spots that RJ.
Yeah.
Does. So it's kind of almost a little bit redundant.
I feel like it's a redundant piece, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a less durable piece.
Yeah.
That I don't like. I don't like that you got to trade for and then pay. That sounds like the old Knicks.
Yeah, but
also, I mean, if you look at, history repeats itself. It changes form, but it usually always repeats itself. If you look at the way, things went down in Indiana, and you even look at the way things are kind of happening in Houston, I mean, who's to say that he's not going to be unhappy, one season with the Knicks and then one out? You know what I mean? Who's to say that he's not going to change the way that he plays just because things aren't going the way that he wants them to? I mean, you've already kind of seen that in spurts in both situations that he's been in. So, I mean, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, usually it's a duck. So why would you expect it to be anything else,
Yeah.
Hashtag the scorpion and the frog.
And the frog.
Hashtag the scorpion and the frog, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up on your face, squad. CP and the maroon sweater twins. I was not invited to the maroon sweater party.
Yeah, we sent you the email, dog.
That was coordinated by my panelists here.
The official colors of the Julius Randle fan club.
Oh,
facts. Since you joined too late.
Yeah, I got jokes. All right. Yeah, I got jokes. Remember, the mute is on my side. I could always mute the mics.
Wait, did y'all get? Frank had a bad game today, but these last two games, y'all give my boy Frank some love.
Oh yeah, Frank Hive was repping for you last night, bro. Frank Hive was in here heavy, bro.
Shout out to the Frank Hive, because I come on KOT and say I took bullets on KnicksFanTV for y'all, so I'm glad that he's getting some love right now, man. Shout out to Frank.
Frank Hive was in here heavy past 2 nights.
Yeah.
Quiet night for him, but the last 2 he was good, and I thought he made his presence felt on the defensive end. Once again, wasn't heavy on the stat sheet, but when you even like just being at the Kings game and just watching some of those possessions of him forcing turnovers and really being aggressive in terms of preventing Buddy Hield and Fox from getting the ball, and typical Frank, Frank making those glue guy plays. It was good to see him back out there for sure.
Yeah, you just forget how much he contributes to the team defense on the end, and not even just, making the plays himself, but making other people make the plays. Like, he knows how to read his other teammates and get to the open spots and force things to happen on that side of the ball. So I just like that he can just affect the game without scoring.
100%. 100%. All right, let's go back to the phone, see what the people got to say, man. Let's go to Brooklyn. Joseph, what's going on?
Hello, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro. What's going on? How you feeling?
Hey, salute CP, Ashley, J. Ellis in the chat. Hit that thumbs up for your squad. I just had 2 quick points. First one, Alfred Payton being out the lineup, we 3-0. You get what I'm saying? I'm ready to send him out here. First train
Message.
Get me. And second point I want to say is that I just want to know y'all thoughts on a possible big man that we could get. I heard some news about Karl Anthony Towns, or if we could pick up Drummond or Boogie. I just want to hear y'all thoughts. Make sure you hit that thumbs up in the chat, and salute to y'all.
Appreciate you, man. I mean, I'm not that Town stuff to me is nonsense to me. I don't see that being a realistic possibility. This trade deadline, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but listen, we got Julius. We got our own Towns.
Yeah.
We got our own Towns, man. So I look past them type of headlines, man. Honestly, them things don't interest me. They don't interest me whatsoever. And then Drummond, to me, you're looking for a stopgap. You're not looking for a guy to replace Mitch. You're looking for a stopgap. Ron Cleveland had a good one, Jay. He said JaVale McGee.
Now, JaVale McGee makes exactly. You want somebody who's kind of filling the roles of the people that we've lost or who are injured right now.
Yeah,
like guys like Cat, like like they're nice to have long. It'll be nice to have a Cat and Julius Randle because you can play off each other. But long term, like when it's time to pay people and figure out who goes where and where to get the money and how to like separate, like how to build a team out, that's when you run into trouble because you have two players who do similar things.
Yeah.
It just causes problems down the road, and you just be forced to make a decision. So I always keep saying I rather put that money elsewhere. If we're gonna make a big move, for a big free agent, I'd rather it be like a wing or a point guard.
I go get Beal before I get Towns.
Exactly.
I go if you're keeping Julius here, I go get Beal before I get Towns.
Exactly.
Cat is too expensive. Drummond is expensive also, and Drummond just crowds my floor. He does nothing for my spacing. I think that Boogie, if it was Sacramento Kings Boogie, yeah, but Boogie now in 2021, no.
Can't trust it.
Can't trust
it. Why is Houston just let him go just for nothing like that? You can't trust it, man.
Don't know how many games you'll get out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. He has no hops anymore, so even his offense is suspect. Defensively, yeah, he's a bully in certain aspects, but defensively, it's still very inconsistent. It's just not worth,
I'm not gonna play him.
And then, yeah, exactly. So I mean, the only people you mentioned, JaVale, that's an option. I mean, I just don't think any of the big names that have been mentioned in the media and on Twitter and the reports, if you believe those, none of them speak to my heart. Like none of them speak to my
It's just not ringing a bell, man. None of it's just not ringing a bell, man. Honestly, I just don't see much shaking right now. We'll see. Trade deadline, we're closing in on less than a month, so let's see what happens. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Oscar De Leon sends a super chat. He says RJ Barrett, aka Cloud9. He says this is a better nickname than Nine God. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that one either. But let's go, Knicks. Let's finish the first half strong. Appreciate Oscar. Appreciate Oscar. Billy Bellin says, I love the trust and chemistry between RJ and Julius. Definitely improved over last year. 100%. We got Junior Karuma. Another super chat says Frank Hive in here. I lost his super chat. Hang on. He says, Frank Hive, we in here. We in here. Goodbye, Elf. And the Max Julius super chat was mine, CP the Don. And salute to my boy CPJ Ellison Ash. Larry Israel says, Depot, Ross, Beasley should be trade targets. Otherwise, trade Peyton and Rivers for whatever you can get and wait until the offseason.
You said Ross?
Yeah, Terrence Ross.
I like
I would look at Terrence Ross. That seemed like a more cheaper alternative.
I would do that.
Yeah. Terrence Ross seems like more of a cheaper alternative. I would look at that one.
I would too.
Yeah. Rare Edition says Knicks are on a roll. Julius, the Black Messiah, was parting the sea and buckets were flowing. Noel had the hammer out. No easy buckets for Detroit. I'm very happy with Noel, man. He's playing like the guy that came on strong second half of the season last year for the Thunder. Yeah, exactly. He's playing like that right now. And Noel has been really good these past couple of games in Mitch's absence, man. No joke. No joke. Sure, he went up with Sabonis at the end of that game last night because Julius caught the 5 fouls, so they didn't want to risk Julius fouling out.
Smart move by the coach.
Noel is he's light. He's light feet, man. So that's a physical matchup for him in Sabonis. He took that on, and then today he was just throwing everything. 3 blocks and 3 steals for Nerlens Noel today, man. He was excellent.
Yeah, man. I just like the fact that you're able to block shots and not foul out of games. Like that's I just like the fact that he's able to do that, and he's also he's showing that he's in shape. He's been playing back-to-back 40-minute games, and I'm sure he's earning it, man. He's just impressed me, man. And he's played it in foul trouble multiple games and anchored our defense and still come out with the win. He can't catch sometimes, but everything else he's doing right now.
Yeah, facts. Defensive end, he's solid, though. Defensive end, he's solid. RJ caught him for a nice one-handed Gotham lob, and that was nice late in the third quarter. So shout out to Nerlens Noel, man. No doubt about it. Let's go to Dan from New Jersey. Dan, how you feeling?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yo, okay, man. What's going on, bro? How you feeling, bro? Happy Independence Day, man. I'm not sure if you're Dominican, but happy Independence Day, bro.
Estamos aquí, mi gente. Muchas gracias. You already know.
You know what I mean?
They got me celebrating yesterday. I was going to call and celebrate with you guys, but you didn't take my call, but here I am.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Here we go, bro. Let's go.
Nerlens Noel, he's been showing up. He's repping the island right now.
Yeah, that's facts.
Love it.
That's facts.
Back-to-back 40-minute games. Like, people on Twitter, they're not looking at the full picture. They're saying, oh, Knicks fans are so happy because they're 500. They're a mediocre team. But you got to look at the fact that we got the lowest payroll in the league. And we are up there, 4th place in the East. With all these assets, all these draft picks. We got all these young guys. We got Julius Randle, an all-star. We going up, baby. We going up. Let's discuss that. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to listen. Thank you, guys. Rip MF Doom. Thank you.
Yeah. R.I.P. MF Doom, man. Great call, Dan. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Listen, they're doing a lot with a little, J. Ellis, man. This team, I did not think this team, like I said, I put 26 wins. I did not think this team, first off, you couldn't have seen the improvement on the defensive end alone. Forget record, bro. Forget record. I did not see this team, even with the defensive coach coming in with Tibbs, being this good on defense. I'm talking about league leading on defense. I feel you. I did not see that. I did not.
No one did. Like even when they were showing it, everybody it was things coming out. I was like, this isn't real, and this is why. And then I'm like,
yeah.
Months into the season, we're still number one. It's like, okay, well, all we have to do now is have our offense catching up, and you're looking around, and slowly your offense is starting to catch up too. So we're looking serious, man. And we have cap space, and we have picks, and we have options, and we have Dallas drama on the other side, River. So everything's going right for us. We're looking good right now, man.
All I know is Dallas makes that move to trade KP. I'm pulling out all the receipts. They're on standby for everybody saying that for the cancer that destroyed the unicorn, and we didn't know how to develop talent. And, the Knicks are this, and it's not KP, it's the Knicks. And now y'all see, we tried to tell you. And
not only that, their haul better be better than ours. Because if they don't get LeBron James back,
Bradley Beal. They got to get Bradley Beal in the
They got to get Bradley Beal.
The receipts on standby, Dallas. I'm coming for you.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Exactly. Man. If you get Victor Oladipo back, then I'm clowning you. All right.
That's a fact. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Let's get those likes up. Where are we at right now? We are at 1176. Listen, we got these snapbacks are going. The snapbacks are going to be given away in 10 minutes. Let's get those likes up. Let's get up to 2,000 likes. Let's break the record and show some support here. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We'll shout you guys out. J. Ellis, you missed Ashley's rendition for Young Simba last night. We had a quick impromptu American Idol star search joint going on. The people in the chat, they threw their ratings up. You got a little love, Ash. It was across the board. You had some ones.
It was a tough crowd.
You had some negatives, but you had some 4s and 5s, Ash. It wasn't all that bad. Don't be so hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, all right. I mean, did Simba like it? I guess that's all that matters.
He
did. Nah, it was funny as hell. It was funny as hell, man. So Terry
was a little off pitch, but I brought it back home.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. Well, yeah, that's it. Rare Edition sends a super chat. He says, I read that one. Alan Berman says, salute for the squad. Hit that thumbs up for your squad. Good teams win the games they should on paper, and we were on point tonight. 3-0 without Elf. Wonder what Tibbs does when he comes back, because Rose helps space the floor early. Where you guys want to go with that, man?
Oh, that Rose still helps space the floor early?
No, I mean with Peyton. Where do you go, JS? I think me and Ash had touched on it yesterday, but where do you go?
Oh, with Peyton? Oh, Derrick Rose is starting. Like, I seen, start Derrick Rose. Like, listen, we lose a little bit on the defensive end slightly.
Right.
We saw that. We saw how McConnell kind of continually blew by him yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the offensive bump is just too much to ignore. Like, he's more willing to make passes to other people, get other people better. He's able to make that mid-range shot.
You're speaking to the mic a little bit closer, bro.
Oh, my bad. He's able to make that mid-range shot at a more consistent basis, which kind of opens things up. And he's not a complete dud from three. Like, he's going to have a night where he hits his threes and space the floor from us, and he might have his nights where he's not, but it's going to be more nights than Elfrid Payton can give us. So overall, you have, I feel like at this point, it'll be stupid to have Elfrid Payton back in the starting lineup. And as I was alluding to before, man, it's a situational situation for Elfrid Payton right now, man.
Yeah, put him in the situation. Put him in the situation.
He's officially in a situationship with Tom Thibodeau.
Throw him in a situation.
Exactly.
No offense to Payton. Listen.
I prefer to call it an entanglement.
Yes, put him in an entanglement with Frank and them, right? Yeah, situationship.
Oh man, bring him to the red table.
Yeah, because I'm with you, man. Yes, we'll lose a little bit on the defensive end, but you can't deny how D Rose gets this offense together better. And has him and Julius are clicking in the 1-2 game. That pick and roll, pick and pop with Julius is there all day and night if they want to run it all game, if they really wanted to. He's getting RJ buckets. Keep it that way, man. And then if you want to bring in Elf, if you decide in between Elf and Frank, okay, some nights let's see where that goes. But other than that, stick with D Rose in that lineup, man, and go from there, man.
And I think, the thing that J. Ellis and I were worried about when the conversations of D Rose joining the team and then eventually when he officially joined was that it was going to go ahead and take away from IQ because, he favorited Payton, and obviously he has an existing relationship with D Rose, and with Payton kind of being forced out of the equation and now Frank being in the equation, IQ, obviously his minutes are untouched. You're really starting to see D Rose, in that element. So it's kind of forced Tibbs to see a different perspective than I think he would have seen had the situation with Payton not happened.
Big time.
So now that he sees it, I don't think his favoritism with Payton's going to be enough to save him. And I know people, thought that me and Jay Ellis were hard on the whole D Rose situation. Our only concern was it not hindering IQ's development, which it's clearly not. And, with Payton, like I said, now being hurt, it's just kind of opened Tibbs' eyes to another scenario, another situation that might be better for the team. So if I were Payton, I'd be a little bit shook because, you lose your spot in your man's heart. It's hard to get it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not worried.
I was worried, man. It's fine though. My name is Nancy Ellis right now.
The negative Nancy's.
Yeah, I'm Nancy Ellis, but I don't care. I'd rather be Nancy Ellis and be right sometimes. Because I still remember a few games ago where I saw Elfrid Payton and Derrick Rose closing the game.
Oh yeah, that was a game. Ash wasn't here, and people's questioning Tibbs. That night was kind of funny too, man.
But don't listen to Nancy.
Yeah. It happens, man. It happens. Let's hear from Walter from the Bronx is back. Walter, what's going on, bro?
What's going on?
How you feeling, man? What's good?
All right, that's good. I just want to say, OB looked like the Scarecrow and the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz.
From the Wiz.
And I saw Carl Anthony Towns run up on Julius Randle like he want to play for us, so that's a whole nother problem. But that's all I call for. We love y'all show. Thumbs up for your boys.
Appreciate it, Walter. Appreciate it, man. OB, he was a little tentative out there. He was very unselfish. I'd like to see them running some more plays for him. It's the same story, bro. It's the same story. He tries hard. He's trying hard. And defensively, I thought he was a little bit more together tonight. It's just gonna be a tough adjustment, man. We'll see how it plays out. We just gotta take it game by game.
Game by game.
I just don't know. I just don't know what we're gonna do with Obi. I just don't know. I can't see the future on this one. Normally,
it's tough.
Normally I'm able to kind of, gauge it in some perspective. I'm able to gauge it in some aspects. Where it's gonna be, what it's gonna look like. I'm lost on this Obi situation. Yeah. I have no idea.
I can tell you what I think is gonna happen, but I'm not gonna like it.
I'm so confused with Obi. I'm very confused.
Facts.
I can tell you what I think is gonna happen, but
okay,
might not like it.
Tell me.
Y'all might not like it. Y'all might not be ready for that. Yeah. Y'all might not be ready for what I think is gonna happen. Y'all might not be ready for that.
I'm ready. Tell me what's gonna happen.
I can very likely see Obi being moved with a pick or something to bring another person in here. I can see that.
I mean, maybe next year. That's certainly possible. I wouldn't doubt that. And that's what they should do. That's what they should do. If it brings back something that's going to upgrade the team, sure. Have loyalty. Listen, we love the kid. He's a homegrown kid. But if you're going to be able to upgrade the team without hurting yourself too much, and you got to put in a future pick, you got to do what you got to do. The way Julius is playing right now, if you could bring in an upgrade in talent,
Exactly.
That's what it is. Listen, I told you from the beginning, this was a mistake. But we're going to give him some patience anyway. Because long term, they're not going to be out on the court together for long stretches of a game. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So with his limited minutes, he's going to have to show up, put out and show up. And so we'll see how it goes, man.
I don't know if it was 100% a mistake. I think it's still too soon to make that call. But I do feel like, obviously, look, it's unfortunate for Obi. There's a lot of things stacked in, against him in this season. Obviously no summer league, the training camp situation, there's no practices. I mean, there's a lot of things that are stacked in not in favor of Obi's development. So I will give him that he hasn't had the easiest rookie season. Then he was injured. There's a lot of things going on that probably if things were normal, if this was a normal season, he would not be dealing with this. And we possibly could be seeing a different Obi right now. But that's not where we are. That's neither here nor there. Where we are at this moment in time. And it's about how do you take what you have and make do with it and kind of help yourself in a sense. And I just don't know. Tibbs clearly, it seems, I don't know if it seems like that to anybody else, but Tibbs clearly has zero patience for him. Like it just comes across.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. This is Tibbs. Yeah, this is Tibbs. You got to, 19 points tonight, most of it in garbage time. You got to be ready. IQ is ready to go from day one. He's in there. He's playing like a vet. He's in there with the vets. Obi, again, we're not going to go with the training wheels, man. You're going to get a couple minutes. Yeah. At the earliest sight of distress, you're out. Even when you're playing well, you're out of there. Because him and your all-star MVP play the same position. They're never going to be out there on the court for long periods of time because defensively, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to burn out Randall at the 5, and Obi's just not right there. He's just not there on the defensive end. So, mistake might be a stretch. But all I'm saying is back to our original conversation, there were other positions of need. Teams with depth do that with Randall and Obi. Teams with needs, you go get Halliburton, you go get Vassell. You know what I'm saying? You could have had Halliburton and quickly and still been straight.
Yeah.
To Obi's defense, though, I don't know if part of the fact that IQ was ready to go from day one has to do with he comes from one of the best conditions, one of the best programs in the country. Obi does not come from that. Yes, he's played more college years than IQ, but he doesn't come from that level of a program. So that makes a big difference in a player's development. And essentially, IQ kind of already did his rookie NBA season. Kentucky is no joke. I mean, the guys that come out of there are ready to go from the jump. So that's not 100% fair to say, but one of the strong selling points of Obi was that he was supposed to be NBA.
He was supposed to be ready. But to IQ's credit, IQ plays at a position of need for us in an area of strength of weakness in terms of being his 3-point prowess at the guard position. We didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So Obi's a redundant piece for Randall right now. And again, because he doesn't give you that flexibility, he's not a typical stretch 4. He's not a stretch 5. He's not a lockdown defender by any chance. You're going to get them in limited time frames right now.
Exactly.
And that's going to be the challenge.
And then the other part of that, too, is Julius is 26. Yeah. So, you're going to get, I'm at this point, I'm ready to say it's real. And I feel like it's going to be real, especially if you have Tom Thibodeau and these Kentucky guys here coaching. I don't think they're going to let him slack up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's going to be real. And it's people scour the league for a guy who can shoot over 40% of 3, plus post up, plus make everybody else better, plus, do all these things that Julius is doing. People crave that on their team. Yeah. So so for us, if we trade him away, that's saying that we think Obi can at least do that bare minimum. But it's if we don't think Obi can be that level, or if we think it's a chance he might not be, it might not even be smart to keep Obi long term.
But I think with the Obi situation, it was two things. One, I mean, look at how long it took Julius Randle to kind of get into his own as a player. I mean, we're expecting Obi to kind of do that after 4 years in college, and not even a big university. It's not like he went to a basketball. So I mean, the biggest name that came out of that school was Steph Curry. I mean, you can't really name.
Yeah, Obi went to Dayton. Steph went to Davidson. Dayton's
Ohio. Yeah, Davidson. So wait, who's the biggest person to come out of Dayton?
Right. And it's not even
it's not the biggest program but on top of that, Julius Randle's previous season with the Knicks was not what we expected. So I think, the front office is looking at it from a perspective like they had no idea what Julius Randle was going to be. They had no idea that this is what he was going to look like coming into this season. So they kind of drafted what they thought the future was going to be. And it's just unfortunate that so many different things, so many different scenarios and, things were to his detriment and to his development. It's just not, it just messed everything up.
The only difference is Julius really didn't have a person that was really blocking him with the Lakers. You know what I mean? He started a lot of games with the Lakers. This is a different situation here. You know, and I don't think this kid is going to get the chance to really get those minutes to really be effective. So let's see what the future holds, man. But first off, he's in the dunk contest Sunday. We root for him and we keep it going.
Is that official?
Man. Yeah. Woj made it official today. They made it official today. Obi in the dunk contest. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Stock goes up if he wins that thing.
Yeah, you hope so, right? So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let's salute some people in the chat before we get to the phones. Nathaniel Fazilov, Team Hashtag New. What's going on? Everybody in Team Hashtag New, we definitely appreciate you. Ash, who you want to shout out in the chat tonight?
I want to shout out, let's see, Kevin K said John Gruden was probably the biggest person to come out of OB school. I don't even know who that is, but that's funny. Let's see, shout out to everybody. Just put where you're from, really. I just want to shout out everyone rocking with us. We have over almost 2,300 people in the chat right now. Shout out to Chuck D, always in here, always sending us good vibes on Twitter after the show and always watching. Shout out to Winston Ellis, always in here, saying Obi is athletic, he'll be fine. Shout out to Junior Karoma, telling me to preach. Listen, I'm not Jay Boogie, but I try my best. And just shout out to all of Knicks Nation. Yeah. I appreciate you. And BMC times 24 says, shout me out, Ash. I'm a simp. So there you go.
Simp Fan TV, loud and proud. If you guys are in Simp Fan TV, leave us a hashtag Simp Fan TV. It's okay. You're in a safe space. Let yourself be known in here. All right? It's all good, man. This is a safe space. This is a judgment-free zone. We don't judge you, man. Just go ahead and leave a hashtag Simp Fan TV in the chat. And hit that thumbs up. JLs, go ahead, bro.
I'm judging you. I'm sorry. All right. Shout out to you out loud, not even quietly. I'm judging you. Shout out to my fake cousin Winston Ellis, man. Shout out to you. I saw my boy Rodney Sannon. That's my real friend in real life. Shout out to you, Rodney Sannon. First Lady of Sports. Shout out to you, Queen's Villain. I know. I saw my boy in here, Young Simba.
There you go. Let's bounce back.
All right, bounce back. Shout out to you. And everybody who represents Knicks Fan TV, Nick of Time Show, Ashley Moss, everybody who rocks.
Yeah. Larry Medina says, great pregame clubhouse, Ash. Ash was in clubhouse with the Knicks chat, holding it down heavy. So great job on that. Definitely great job on that. We have Richie Rich checking in, Jamaica Queens in the building. Nick Kakalovsky checking in from Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand and Australia are heavy in here, man. Yeah, New Zealand and Australia rep us heavy in here. Definitely appreciate it. Rob Clark checking in from Queens. Appreciate you, Rob. We got Sharice Duncan, Uptown Harlem World. How you feeling? Jaime Hernandez, Tucson, Arizona in here. Let's go. Queens Villain. Salute to Queens, man. Speaking of Queens, we got to throw a hashtag 14 in the chat. Today is the 6-year anniversary of Anthony Mason's passing, man. True warrior, one of my favorite Knicks, no doubt about it. Salute to Mace, rest in peace. And I got something coming on that front this week as well, so stay tuned for that. And, yeah, man, tough loss. February 28th, 2015, we lost Mace. Had the pleasure of meeting him back in the day in 2014. Before he passed away, Clyde's one and died. So everybody throw a hashtag 14 in the chat for Mace. And, yeah, man, tough loss. One of our OGs passed away, man. So salute to Mace for sure.
And to everyone in the chat, I was joking about not knowing who John Gruden was. It was sarcasm. Everyone just we know that. Relax. It was sarcasm. It was a joke.
Absolutely. You're a Cowboy fan. You got to know Gruden. Chill.
Like, come on. It was a joke. Everyone knows who John Gruden is. Come on now.
That's for sure. Let's go to Vietnam. Greg, what's going on?
Hey, guys. What's up? What's going on?
How you feeling, bro? What's going on in Vietnam today, man? Good morning, bro.
It's right about the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I just wanted to say, hey, man, we we above 500, man, and that's great. We got an all-star. I want to say a personal thank you to you, CP, because I couldn't even call a few days ago because I was emotional seeing you at the Garden talking to fans after the game, because I know it was only 2,000 fans in there, but
it was live.
You know, not to
live,
get way
man.
too into it, but obviously COVID has been bad around the world, but it's been worse in some places like America. And for instance, in like Vietnam and New Zealand, we've handled COVID very well. And don't want to get into it, but the long story short is Vietnam has closed their borders to foreigners, which means I could go to the United States and visit my family and my nephews and cousins and brother and everybody I miss and go to the Garden. But then I wouldn't be able to get back in.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So this is the longest. I haven't been to the States in 2 years now. It's not going to happen this summer, maybe by Christmas. So for the expats who are abroad, you know, watching and listening to your channel, seeing people out and about actually at a game was really inspiring, because it means maybe at least you're on your way. America's on its way
hopefully.
to getting the lockdown on COVID, and then we can, you know, go home and visit.
Hopefully, man.
You know, so I just wanted to say the power of media and image and photography and video is important.
Yeah, I hear you, man, and hopefully, I definitely appreciate the sentiments. Hopefully, you could get back home, man, and see your peoples for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for real.
And to move on, like the last time I was in Rochester, New York, my hometown, at my alma mater, McCoy Jesuit, I was watching Isaiah Stewart play in high school. You know, the forward from Detroit today.
Yeah.
So he's from my high school, and it's another, you might have heard of McCoy Jesuit, because that's also where Jeff Van Gundy coached. So Jeff Van Gundy coached when I was a freshman and sophomore there.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, and Isaiah Stewart had a good game today, man. He's definitely tough, physical. I definitely could have seen him playing for the Knicks, man, or getting drafted by the Knicks. Stewart had a good game today. He's tough. I like him.
Stood out for sure.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd get him in the second round. But anyway, last thing I wanted to say is I kind of disagree with you guys on if we can get Drummond, as long as we don't have to give up too much for him, because Drummond is like 17, 15, 2 or 3 assists and a block in his sleep. If we could get him, start him, and then have Noel as a backup or Mitch when he gets back, I think that would be good. I think him and Randall could work well together. It wouldn't be like a Eddie Curry and Zach Randolph situation where they both sat down up under the basket, because Randall does a lot of his work out of the mid-range, and he shoots threes. Because I don't know if you remember, man, Drummond ate Mitch up. Didn't he have like 30 and 30 against us or something?
Yeah, he did. He bodied him.
So if we could
bodied him.
give up a little bit to get somebody like Drummond, because the bottom line is we like number 1 in defense, and we still like the top 5 worse in offense. So we need some scoring. We need some scoring from the 5. And yeah, it's good. It's good to see every Frank getting some time. But all you Frank fans, you know how Tibbs is. If once Peyton is healthy after the All-Star break, Peyton might be back in there. All right. So I just want to say thanks, good job, and I was hoping if you guys could do a report on the G League, man, because we got a lot of stuff going on down there. It's hopefully you can like interview somebody in there.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, we'll get it going,
Later,
man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, Greg. I forgot the guy's name, JLs, that we had. We did the G League report last year. I'll hit him up. We'll definitely get him in there, no doubt. Let's go to Israel. Ike, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
Hey guys. Hey, how you doing? For me, it's good morning. Evening for you guys. Yeah, I love your show. I wake up every morning, 2 a.m, watching Knicks, and then listen to you guys afterwards. So appreciate it from the other side of the world. I just wanted to talk about Obi Toppin.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your point on Obi, man?
So I like the personalities of I like the personalities of the Knicks players. And if you look at Obi Toppin, at every stage, he's always been like a late bloomer. Yeah, we were told he was like NBA ready. But like, you know, his high school, he didn't start dunking till late. Then he went to prep school, and then even his first, you know, he redshirted, and, you know, and eventually he got better. And what I like about the Knicks, the young guys, they're hard workers. So I think it'll be good. but I also don't think he's competing with Randall. I see it. The Knicks have this guy on his rookie contract. The Knicks have set a power forward, a backup power forward, for the next 4 years. You know, it might not be, the game is a little bit maybe faster, but okay, he'll be good, I think.
Yeah. I think, listen, he's not hurting you being on the team, JLs. You know what I'm saying? He's not hurting you being on the team.
I think it's understanding what we're saying.
Yeah. It's not that he's hurting you being on the team. The issue is that how much are you really gonna see his ceiling be actualized, or how high can he really go when technically he's got a roadblock in front of him? Yeah, that it just doesn't, and it doesn't seem like, again, that they're gonna be sharing much court time together.
Yeah, I don't doubt that he'll be good.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just that I'm not sure if he'll be good here because of the personnel that we have here already. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I think if he's moved, I think if we move him, it would suck because it's gonna be one of those things where, like, I feel like he's gonna blossom if he gets the roadway. If he gets the roadway to get the minutes and to get the playing time, I feel like he's going to blossom for sure. But with Julius Randle here, it's not. I don't know if that's going to be
difficult. It's a difficult situation right now. But listen, we hope the best for Obi, man. Every time he comes in, I'm waiting for him to break out. I'm waiting for him to shine. I'm waiting for him to dunk on somebody. I'm waiting for him to attack the basket, draw some fouls. How many free throw attempts did Obi have tonight? How many?
I don't think he had any, did he?
None. Yeah. 0. Come on, man.
It's
run some plays
like
for the kid.
It's also like Obi looks like he's about to do something, and then it doesn't do. It kind of reminds me of like Cam Newton now. How like Cam Newton looks like he's about to just throw a freaking bullet down into the end zone, and then he slings his arm back, and the ball goes like 3 yards. Like
it's just like womp womp womp.
It like revs you up, and then it doesn't deliver.
Yeah.
Like it's almost there, but it's not there.
I'm not gonna kill him either because it's not like he's getting a bunch of minutes. Like there was a stretch where he played well for these few minutes, and the minutes he played today with Randall and the rest of these guys, like first of all he played more minutes today, but he played a lot of those minutes with Randall, and it's like I feel like he didn't know where to be on the floor because
it's early, it's new for him.
So there's half of the minutes he's spending with his regular squad, and half the minutes he's figuring out how to play with like people he usually doesn't play with. So,
but also, let's be real. Every time he was looking for the ball for Randall, he was clearing it out on him. Every time Julius was moving him away, he wasn't even giving him the ball. They don't give him the ball. They don't run plays for him, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like
his job is stand in the corner.
and if
the play breaks down, you'll get your dunk or you'll get your rainbow 3 on. That's it.
When Randall's in the game, he's the corner guy because, like I said, if we're gonna post Randall versus post Obi, who you posting?
Yeah, and you much rather post Julius. Obi can't post up Ish Smith right now.
Right. So that's going to be his role with him, with Randall in the game. He's going to be the spot up 3 guy garbage man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Obi though, and it sometimes it just is what it is. He's got to be aggressive because Tibbs is not going to hand him anything. If the touches that he does get, he has to make the most of them. It's as simple as that. And even with the few touches that he does get, he doesn't always make the most of them. He looks like he's about to.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
Sometimes he doesn't play his size. He goes up soft. He allows himself to get bullied in the paint. And here's the thing. If you want more minutes, you're not going to be able to get them in practice because there are no practices. You weren't going to be able to showcase you deserved them in the summer league because there was no summer league. You're not going to be able to show, you can get them throughout the entirety of a game because you only play a limited amount of minutes. So when you do get the minutes that you have, you gotta make the most of them.
Make the most of it. That's it.
Yeah,
but gonna play you more, and that's on Obi. Obi's in control of that. That's on nobody but him, and he's not doing what he can do to help himself. Also, and some of the blame has to go on him.
Gotcha.
And I even can't kill him for that because like right now, as the offense is constructed with the second unit, it's IQ. It's
IQ and Burks. They're not running plays for him.
Yeah, it's IQ and Burks taking turns, pull up three, pull up, pick and roll, pull up 3. Eventually, sometimes you'll get a post for Obi in the corner, a post for Obi in a 3 for Obi. Like they're not doing pick and roll for Obi as a finisher out of Amari
at all. But it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating because listen, I'm okay with IQ's play. Of course, he's been a bright surprise this year. He was forcing it tonight with the floaters. You know, he got lucky with that with the three that when Isaiah Stewart, he caught him lacking, or the refs caught him. But I thought IQ was forcing a lot out there. Like, run some pick and roll for Obi, man. Feed it to him, let him attack.
Yeah.
David O in the chat just said it best. He's hungry, but he's afraid to eat. You gotta eat, Obi. That's the only way that Tibbs is gonna feed you more. You gotta eat what you're given.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid to chow down on the food that you do have. If you want seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths, go out there and show them why in your scouting report you were NBA ready. Go out there and show them you come from this. Your dad was one of the best street ball players in New York. You come from this.
Man.
Go out there, channel that inner New York street ball energy and play like big body. Stop playing scared. Like
Facts. I want to see the kid do so well, man. I want to see the kid do so well, no doubt, man, for sure. So we'll stay patient. Right now the team is clicking, and we'll hopefully Obi's time will come. But somebody tonight is gonna win a snapback or the Scully, whatever you choose. Right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're about to pick the winners. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. How many likes we got, Ash? How many likes?
We have.
Are you satisfied with our like count tonight?
I feel like we need to hit at least 1.5. We're
at 1370.
I feel like we're at 1,300 likes. So we got 2,100 people in the chat. The math's not adding up.
It's not adding up.
I feel like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
It's kind of pedestrian right now.
Yeah, I feel like we can do better. So
all right, let's hold off. Let's hold off. And let's go to the closer for the night. We're going to go to my guy Papa Left in the building. Papa Left, how you feeling, bro?
Let's calm down. I'm not the closer. Jay Boogie's the
for
closer.
The night. I said for the night. I said for the night. I said for the night. For the night.
Let's
Jay Boogie's not here today.
If there's Armando Benitez and the guy who said Randall needs to change his hairstyle would be Armando Benitez.
Yeah, facts,
and Mo Rivera would be Boogie. Let's hope I land in like the Francisco Rodriguez, Trevor Hoffman.
A little
area.
Billy Wagner. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, man. I think this channel is amazing. I think that one of the bright spots of COVID has been this platform that's leveled out people on the same channel, whether it be celebrity, Mr. Make His Cash Stretch Longer Than Giraffe Next, $100 super chat, Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
But seeing the Knicks fans all the way down in CPAC territory in Mississippi, going all the way out to Iowa the last week, then we had Vietnam regulars, Israel, and most importantly, I want to shout out all the Knicks fans and the only living, breathing basketball fans in the borough of Brooklyn, because that is where I love Knicks fans the most, because this is our city, and that is also our borough. So I definitely want to shout out all the Knicks fans in Brooklyn.
Y'all just visiting.
Definitely. And I want to make a couple points about tonight. Stats have to be the most deceptive thing in our world right now. When Mike Breen said the Knicks 5 years ago were 20-20, and then a year they were 20-20 under Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah.
And I believe he said we were 22-22 under Derek Fisher. I almost lost my mind, because I don't even seem to believe like that could have been a possibility. But he mentioned that this team seems different, and Clyde mentioned that the defensive intensity is where their foundation lies. And Clyde, shout out to Clyde this year. This guy's just amazing. Like he's still adding so much value to the game. Like, you may think that Clyde is getting old and he may be repetitive, but it's underrated how those repetitive phrases, at sidebar, Clyde is amazing. But it is true. Like, this year is not going to fall apart because we have Tibbs, the foundation of defense. Wherever we lack on offense every night, Tibbs, if we come out soft, he's going to call timeout. We're going to make sure that we can stay in as many games as possible. And also another stat. Julius Randle averaged 20 points last year, and this year he is averaging one bucket more at 22. And that's also just mind-boggling because if you look at the variety of Julius Randle's game this year compared to last year, what he's doing on the court, the timing, the absolute mastery and control of where he wants to go with the ball.
Facts. He's doing whatever he wants.
Put in a position late in the shot clock today to shoot a three, the confidence that he has from three, it's just night and day. It's absolutely incredible. And the word of tonight's game, as a Knicks fan calling into KnicksFanTV, is hypothetical because we blew out the Pistons, but we have PTSD, so we still have to create hypothetical scenarios to make an interesting call. So since tonight was a complete destruction of the Detroit Pistons, and there was that little moment where Dennis Smith blocked D Rose and we had our little psycho moment, but he faded away and we won the game. So the hypothetical thing that I'm kind of freaked out about or upset about is Tibbs, even when we're losing by 15 or 20 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it was a
tonight
little
we're winning by 15, 20 points with 2 minutes left. It's just it's kind of strange that he gives the quick hook to Quickly. But even late in the game, we can't get Knox in the game. We can't get Obi in the game. We can't get Frank in the game. And I'll point back to the Knicks Cavs preseason game where we came back. That was an all youth lineup, and it seems like our youth kind of plays better together because there's like an unknown ranking leadership, and they kind of feel like more comfortable to play to their strengths and more comfortable to make mistakes. But I really would like to see the young guys play a little bit more, especially whenever there's an opportunity where the risk is that low when you're up by 20. But this just goes to show that going forward, and I'll let you guys talk about this, the risk of Tom Thibodeau trying to cap his career with a championship while grooming a roster that's pretty much has its value in its youth and its assets. At what point is Tibbs going to push with Leon Rose and Wes to jump the gun? And because we are ahead of schedule, that is creating, down the line, this is the hypothetical, how I want you guys to talk about. It's so tough because we love the guys, we love the young guys, but it almost seems like Tibbs is
it's
not
going to happen,
willing
bro. It's going to happen, man. I appreciate
develop.
the call, bro. Appreciate the call. It's going to happen eventually. I think after this draft, it's going to come. You're going to get 3 more picks coming in. Whether they field all 3, we'll see. But it's going to happen, bro. It's going to come soon. And they should. If they feel like, okay, that they can make the deal that they can make, that it's not going to kill this team, go ahead. I'm okay with that, JLs. You got to pay to play, man. You got to roll the dice in the NBA. But it's got to be for the right play, and it's got to be for the right piece.
Yeah, Knicks fans, we're caught in this PTSD middle where we've made moves like this in the past, and it's came back to haunt us. So it's really difficult for us to kind of survey the situation and realize when is it good to actually use the picks and when it isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's because we just keep going back to the Melo trade and Antonio McDyess trade and all these
and
trades.
Every other trade in the last 20 years. They all been terrible.
Even when we brought Marcus Camby and Jason Kidd here, I feel like, man, we really gave up all those picks for Marcus Camby and Jason Kidd, even though I loved them when he was here for the 54 wing team. I just feel like we continue to just give up too many assets all the time, and it's kind of I think we're still trying to figure out when is a good time to pull the trigger and when it isn't.
Well, one of the players that people Knicks fans definitely keep throwing the name around, and it's no secret that, he hasn't been happy in Sacramento, and he's been looking for other teams, and Knicks are apparently one of the teams reportedly consistently on his list. Buddy Hield is a name that's constantly thrown around that probably wouldn't cost you an excessive amount. And also, just got the notification that he became the fastest player in NBA history to reach 1,000 3-pointers made in just 350 games. So he's a shooter for real. The Knicks need shooters. What would you be willing to part with for a player of that caliber that's still relatively young? I think he's only 27, 28 years old. So
that would be a smaller deal, though.
Yeah, you know what it is for him, for Buddy Hield? Like, I go back and forth with him because he's supposed to be just a big 3-point shooter, and he's having another down year. Like, it's funny because his percentage,
the tricky part, man.
Is it a down year, or is he self-sabotaging? So
well, you hope it's not the latter, because you hope when he comes here that he's on his P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying?
Now I agree with you. Like, he had this phenomenal stretch where he's hitting over 40% from three for this many years, and he's like, all right, this is the guy we want. But then, if his role is a little bit lessened, is he going to give you that same effectiveness? Because that's what I think I think is happening right now. His role is diminished a little bit, and because he's not getting the touches he has, his percentages is dropped. And when he's here, he's going to be a gunner, but I don't think we're going to need him to be a gunner with like that much volume with him having the ball in his hand. He's going to be more of a catch and shoot guy only. And if that's the case, like, is he going to be effective for us for the amount of money he's going to cost? And that's the question with Buddy Hield. I've gone back and forth. I've been yay and nay on Buddy Hield like 3 different times this season, off season.
It's so hard gauging players who are clearly unhappy in their situation.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the way a player plays and performs in a situation that he's happy in, and then obviously if trades and things like that transpire afterwards, but you saw them in a space where they actually enjoyed playing with the team in the city that they are. It's always hard to kind of gauge what a player wants or what a player would be able to contribute rather to a team when he's in a situation that they do not want to be in.
Yeah.
And that's always something that's always been hard for me to gauge. I mean, it's not everybody's like a Bradley Beal who, has such a loyalty to the Washington Wizards that although they're a sinking ship, he just refuses to jump. I mean, a lot of players, you can see it in their mannerism, their body language, and their performance when they really want out. And it's hard because that's usually the only time you're really able to kind of, that's the only time trade talks and swaps and those conversations even transpire. But that's the only performance that people remember. NBA fans have a very short-term memory. So it's a very odd time to be in. Definitely.
I think what Popolef is referring to, I think it's a Beal type trade.
Oh, no.
At what point they get where they're going to package up multiple assets for a guy that can really change the trajectory of this team. Right. Not just make the playoffs, but make noise in the playoffs in
90 seconds
in conjunction with what you have, in tandem with Randall. You don't want to trade RJ. You want to bring this person in with RJ, with Randall, with Mitch, right? So at what point or do you have enough depth in draft capital, in salary cap, that you can package that up, make a trade for a guy like that, and still be good money to keep competing and really start making noise?
I don't think you're able to keep those guys if you go after a Bradley Beal. That's the thing.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
And then also with the Bradley Beal situation, let's say hypothetically you do, right? And you clean house and you trade away draft capital, you trade away future picks and things like that for Bradley Beal, right?
Yeah.
Then essentially it's kind of the situation that he was in Washington when John Wall was out, and it was really just him and that team. You're not surrounding him with any supporting players because you had to get rid of a big chunk of them to get him in the first place. You're kind of just moving him from a situation that it was just basically on his back to perform and to bring the team into the playoffs. You're just moving him into a different city. I think that if you need more, it would cost too much to go after a Bradley Beal that I just don't think the Knicks are in the position where they have to win right now. That's more of a move you make when you have a bunch of guys on your team that their window is starting to close. So you trade away all your young guys. You basically clean house because you know that you only have a small window of opportunity to win with the vets that are on your team. And you know that if you don't win, you're going to be in a rebuilding era anyway. If you do win, you're going to be in a rebuilding era anyway. But the Knicks are in the opposite situation. They're not expected to win anything big. So they are in their rebuilding era, but they're now towards the middle of it where you're not at step one anymore. Right. Now you're of things, so you have to be really careful about how you're maneuvering it.
I think you go another year, you draft, you keep all those picks, you draft them. You know they're gonna pick players that are ready now, right now. No projects, and you see what this team looks like with another free agency year, another draft year. You see where they end up if they make the playoffs this year. Do they take another step next year, and then you make your move? You know what I'm saying? I think, and then you make your moves. You see where you're at.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of that disgruntled, because the key part of the star is the disgruntled star, because when it's disgruntled star, sometimes they're worth this, but then they're trying to get out, so the price tag drops.
Yeah, they diminish their value.
Diminish their value.
Diminish their value, no doubt.
So I think it's a combination of, if it's a disgruntled star, maybe it's not going to cost you 3 first round, maybe it costs you 1 or 2. But it's a guy who's going to make a difference, and it fits the timing of the team. Then maybe it'll make sense.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what I mean?
not a fan of trading the house when you have a young team. I'm just not a fan of it. I think it's irresponsible. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Unless you're gonna get LeBron James, D Wade, and Chris Bosh.
It just all depends, man. As he said, it's hypothetical. It's super hypothetical.
It's all hype. It's hard because you know what it is too. It's like, how fast are the guys you drafting
developing?
How fast? Exactly. Like it depends. It's timelines too, right?
Yeah, it depends.
Timelines, because if you have Julius Randle, who's coming along, if RJ Barrett, you feel like you might take a next step, then you start to see, okay, what's the timeline now? Are we still in the timeline to groom a guy who's going to draft this season? Unless the guy is like already ready, like, or close to being ready, like maybe a Quick who can already contribute right off the gate, even though he's not like, a guy who's a starter. But if you draft guys like that, that's different. But so it's a lot to consider, because yes, you want to draft guys, and yes, you want to groom guys long term. But you also have to consider timelines of the guys that are here already if you're trying to make moves. So
I just don't believe in trading your assets. I mean, why can't, if you build a team with the assets that you do have, and you build a team that players want to come to, free agents will find you. You don't have to go out of your way to make these massive moves to trade and get other players. The players will find a way to you. I just don't think you have to trade your assets to get there's another way to the same destination.
It depends though, man. It depends. You got to pay to play. Toronto did it. You roll the dice. They brought in a guy that they had no idea whether he was going to stay there, and he didn't, and he won him a championship. Sometimes you got to do that, Ash. You got to pay to play. All these guys that you draft and you groom may not all turn out to be great players. Some may be good, some may be trash, some may be traded along the route, Just because you build it and you maintain in flexibility doesn't mean you're going to put something competitive on the floor. This is the NBA. It's a star-driven league. Even with 18 and 17, we're celebrating one game over 500.
But what good is a star player on a team with no support?
Well, we don't know though. That's the thing. We got to figure it out. That's what I'm saying. You got to continue building and see if you can still keep a nice portion of that supporting cast. And trading off some, but still keep your same trajectory. This is what the Nets.
You try to keep your core together as much as possible.
You try to keep your core together as much as possible, but understanding that some are gonna be gone. All these guys are not gonna be here. You have salary cap, you have roster space. All these guys that they draft are not gonna be on this team. So some are gonna get traded regardless.
And I think and that's why you move some of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if we have all these second round and first round picks coming in, all of them are not going to be able to play.
Right.
That's the reality of it. So that's when you start to think, when you try to, okay, maybe I'll trade 2 picks to go up a spot. Like maybe you start thinking like that, or I'll trade a pick and a guy who has potential for like, you start to think like that to build out your team. But it's a balance. There's no really one good answer.
No, it's no perfect routes. And we talking hypotheticals. But I'm saying you got to pay to play. Lakers packaged up everything, all their young pieces, and got it for Anthony Davis because they knew LeBron was a game changer and he was going to deliver it for him.
Even if you look at the teams that have done that, you look at what the Heat did with the big 3. I mean, they were terrible for years. They went ahead and they were able to secure all those players. They basically cleaned house, won a couple of championships, and then you were in a situation where you started from ground zero again. And the difference is that I don't think the Knicks are in the position. I think the Knicks are in a better position than the Heat were when they went ahead and made that movement, because they have players that have a lot of potential. They have players that I think are going to be part of this franchise for the long run. And the unfortunate thing would be to go ahead and move that before you see what it can do and prematurely make moves that can go ahead and jeopardize the trajectory that you are headed in. Because listen, if you trade away your assets, then you better hope that you win a championship in the next few years. Because if you don't, you're back from the beginning. You're back starting all over.
That's the gamble.
That's what happened with the Brooklyn Nets. Traded away all their assets to get old ass Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, were way over in the luxury, and what happened? Not a damn thing. They had to start all over again.
Yeah, you're not talking about trading all out your players for like 30 for like 40-year-olds. Like,
no, yeah, that's different. But what they're doing right now is different.
Let me give you the Brooklyn Nets now. If those guys don't win in the next few years, they're in the same situation.
Right, but it's a gamble that they got to take, Ash. It's a gamble that they have to take because they have KD, they have Kyrie. You know, not to speak on them, but it's a gamble that if I'm a GM, I'm taking it. You got to take it.
And for us though, it's different. Like for us, we talk about moves and potential moves. You just have to recognize who our core is. Like if you're looking at it, it's okay. Well, maybe RJ is the core. He's doing well in the second year, so maybe keep him. Maybe IQ is the core because it's a guy who shoots threes. You haven't had that in a while. Maybe keep him. It's just figuring out who the core is, and then seeing who the supplementary pieces are, and then trying to move those supplementary pieces and package those for a core, another core.
Agreed, man. Agreed. But good chat. Great debate. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. We got to get up to 2,000. Oh, okay. We did break the 1,500. All right. So we broke the 1,500 off that debate alone. So let's go ahead and give away these snapbacks and wrap this show up. Tonight's winner is, and you're going to get to choose between the palm hat and the snap. And that winner is Troy Griffith. Big up, Troy Griffith. If you're in the chat, you're going to go home in one of these, either the Palm Scully or the snapback, brand new with the tags. Salute to Troy Griffith for winning it. JL's go ahead and sign out, bro.
All right, man. Shout out to everybody who supports, man. If you want to listen to or watch some KOT content, go to youtube.com/NickTimeShow and watch the content that we put out over there on every other day. Also, follow us on all social media. That is the KOT Show on Twitter, the Nick of Time Show on Instagram, and follow us on the blog too at nickoftimeshow.com. Get some merch, read the blogs, enjoy all the content in all those areas. And yeah, that's it. That is our show. Back to UCP and Ash.
All right, Ashley.
As usual, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ashley Nicole Moss. You guys can also follow my YouTube channel, All In with Ashley Nicole. I put a little collection video of the things that I've done over the past year up there, so make sure you check that out and hit the thumbs up for that video as well. And I will be back with the guys as usual for the next Knicks post game.
Yes, sir. And that is Tuesday from the Alamo, Knicks in San Antonio. It's gonna be an interesting battle, man. We're gonna see what they're made of against a formidable Western Conference opponent. Should be a good game. Looking forward to it. Remember, this show is available in audio podcast format. So if you miss it on YouTube, you could always catch it the next day. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all major podcast platforms under KnicksFanTV. For those of you that do listen on Apple Podcasts, very important if you guys leave us a review. That's how you start to climb up the charts, and we definitely appreciate you guys supporting us. So let's let the sports world know that this is the number one show for the fans, by the fans. Make no mistake, that is KnicksFanTV. Shout out Troy Griffith. He's in the chat tonight. So salute to Troy. We got John Louis, part of the Frank Hive, checking in from Paris, France, on the early flight. So good morning to John Louis, man. And let's salute some of these super chats that also came in. At Freak NY says KFTV, appreciate it. Jeffrey Vasquez says, stop the count. Salute to my Knicks fam. This year has been a great ride. I don't see us making a big trade, but we will get assets and got $15 million to play with. Hashtag Julius, hashtag the Black Messiah, Randall. Yeah, man. Salute to Jay Boogie. We didn't hear from him tonight, but salute to him anyway. Big Surge, does anyone find it odd our trade ideas and player debates end up in Berman's articles? Oh, shit. Things that make you say,
Things that make you go,
Salute to Surge. No punches pulled in the chat, man. Jeez. That's why I rock with you, bro. Hey, you be the judge. You be the judge, man. G Mark, what's going on? It's $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Larry Israel once again says the most underrated trait in the NBA is strength. No height or length. The ability to rip and go. RJ and Julius have it. I agree with that 100%. Greg Film Stuff. Is it too early for third team all NBA discussions for Randall? Would love to see KD's face now when the Nets win. No one cares. When the Knicks win, the city feel is different. You chose the wrong squad. No doubt, man. City was electric. Shout out my guy Triple M. Bleacher Report posted his video last night of the after party outside of MSG last night. So salute to him. Larry Medina says, let's hit that thumbs up on for your squad. Dare I say Randall is Melo 2.0 that plays some defense. Hey, not to knock Melo, man, but yo, Randall's number one. He's in his bag offensively, and he's coming through on the defensive end, facilitating.
I want to hate on it, but I can't.
You can't. You can't. How can
I want
you, bro?
to defend Melo, but I can't.
Yeah, yeah. Big Surge said JLCO Young Simba birthday shout out. You got that one. Definitely got that. Shout out Shaw the Realtor, $20 super chat says, imagine Knicks and Nets in the playoffs. Oof, that's gonna be a tough one, man. That's gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna talk all the shit I can, but that's gonna be tough.
I'll one up you. What about if the Knicks actually took down the Nets in the playoffs? Just
man.
sit on that.
If
that happened,
yo,
sit on that.
What? I'm going to be annoying. I'm telling you.
That happened.
If that happens, y'all catch me on 7th Avenue. I'm streaking down the block.
I'm gonna be on the marquee.
Couple laps around Madison Square Garden.
CashFanTV, simmer down, CashFanTV.
The lights have gone up.
Please, simmer down, CashFanTV. Simmer down. She is serious. She's very serious.
I'm dead serious. Yes. That's definitely happening.
Yeah.
Arrest me if you want, NYPD. We out there.
Happiness My Pursuit says, have them come to us. Any player that wants to play with us and with this grit will be worth it. Can't buy chemistry and mindset. You build it. Louis B says, my favorite outtake from this 3-game win streak is Frankie Smokes back in the rotation. Great W. Stay safe and healthy. Louis B from Shaolin. Paul Robinson says, CP Ashley J. Ellis, if we stay at 4th, who are you trying to play at 5th? Just play who your schedule is, man. There's no easy games. It's whoever's there, you play, and you hope they win.
Yeah,
that's
man.
it, man.
Too tight to call right now. Who knows?
Too tight. You got to see who ends up
3 days
there.
from now.
Yeah, you got to see who ends up there and how we match up, man. Once again, Lloyd Banks, appreciate it. $100 super chat. He says, MYK, salute to KFTV. 100%, man. And that was followed by, wow, there's a lot of super chat. Followed by Chuck D says, Cats is smelling the apple now. Good aroma from the microwave. Get choosy. Don't ruin the chemistry. Shout out the Realtor once again. Appreciate it. Big Johnny says, you guys are the best. How do you all link up? I'm still with that Mo Bamba for Knox or Frank. There's a lot of people calling for that Mo Bamba stuff as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see where he ends up, man. See how he ends up. We'll do the origin stories on another show, but appreciate the call. Mahir Mayer says, salute KFTV. What do you guys think of acquiring Mo Bamba? He can add some space and get rim protection. Played well against the Jazz last night. Again, if you can get him on the cheap, fine. You know, we're looking for cheap deals on the margins.
Yeah, I kind of like. I had the debate on KOT too. It's like I like Mo Bamba. I like that. Like if my thing is if you feel like you're not going to re-sign somebody, then move him to get somebody else. And Mo Bamba to me is a guy where there's no pressure to start him over Mitch or Noel, so you can bring him along slowly if needed. Yeah, and he can bring you rim protection and possibly 3-point shooting later down the line, but that's only if he's like interested in being here long term, because it's a contract.
Yeah, I really want to give up on my boy Kev, man. That's my problem, J.O. Kev is my boy, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Like I don't want to give up anybody either.
Yeah.
But it's like
I got a mental block when they
excited when Kev hit the floor at the Garden.
Yeah, right. In garbage time.
Kevin's from Kentucky. I don't think they're gonna move Kev though, because they still have a year on him. You know what I mean? Right. I feel like he's from Kentucky, so you know how that is. Like they're not moving.
Yeah. Young's
go against that whole Kentucky thing that I said, but that's okay.
Right.
Every dog there's a an exception to every rule.
Yeah. We'll see though, man. Young Simba says, am I the only person who's surprised when Julius' shot doesn't go in? # lefty gang. It's becoming like kind of automatic, man. Got your open $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Mr. William 1072. I propose Kev. Here we go. Kev, Frank, and a number 2 and Elf for Kyle Lowry. Raptors ain't trading Kyle Lowry, man.
There's no way of doing that.
That's not happening.
Yeah. Legal Center. Peyton Hive says front office signed Peyton to be the starting point guard this year. Tibbs is starting Peyton again. I'm not so sure. You got him on a 1-year, $5 million deal. I think he was the best of what you could get. And I think they were always looking to upgrade at the position. You're always looking to upgrade at the position. I don't think Peyton was plan A by any stretch. They waited till damn near free agency was over, JLs, before they made it official with him. So
Exactly. 1 minute before it was over, they was like, we'll bring you back.
No, I don't see it. Lorenzo
It's
D.
bench or nothing,
Lorenzo D228 says, I'm a Knicks fan from Mississippi Gulf Coast. David Blumberg says, salute to you guys. Let's go Knicks. I don't really want to see Frank out of the rotation when Alfred comes back. Rhyme Animal Chuck D once again says, Obi is first year green. He's not a guard, so he has to figure out who he is and how he gets the rock.
That's
He,
what I'm
Knox,
saying.
and Frank need to continue to learn Tibbs. 100%. 100%. Gotta Be Legend says, since a $2,500 Costa Rican cologne. Says, y'all are tripping. Obi's playing behind an all-star. When was the last time we had a rookie play behind an all-star? Stop it. Dog says, what's up with the Fulton Street knockoff likes? Let's get them likes up to 2,000. Run it up. CP Ash, JL's holla at you, boy. Fat Boy with Kick says, man, y'all are tripping. We watched Frank for 4 years, Knox for 3, but Obi rookie season, we were already talking about he trash. This whole take is cap.
Wow.
We didn't say he was trash.
No one called him trash.
Probably the chat. The chat gets very rambunctious. It's probably in the chat.
Hold on, to say, I don't remember us saying that.
Nah, yeah, we didn't call him trash.
I wanted Obi. I was rallying for Obi for 6 months before the draft. I'm very upset that this is the situation that we're in because this is not what I anticipated at all.
Yeah,
I don't think he's talking. I'm with CP. I don't think he's
it's
talking
probably
about
the chat. It's probably the chat that getting rowdy. Steve Vernon says Obi will be fine. This is Julie says tryout year. No one was expecting this. That's why they drafted Obi. We gave Frank Knox 3 years. Obi needs time. Angel Burials, appreciate it. Maurice Baker says, I'm Tibbs set all day. Tibbs set. But damn, I wish he could play the younger guys a bit more. John Michael Prego says, Heald's teeth are too heavy. Go Knicks. Michael Rappaport sucks. I like this guy.
I giggled when I saw that.
I like this guy. I like this guy. Pick and Pop, Super Chat, appreciate it. And Big Sirs, appreciate it, man. All right, people. Tuesday night, Knicks versus San Antonio. Appreciate all the mods for coming through. Chuck D. Lloyd Banks, special guest in the chat. Hit that thumbs up on the Free Squad one more time. CP, Ashley